Let me not mince words. Donald Trump has lost all control. He has crashed the United States economy. His market manipulation and escalation of the war has reached a point where there is no turning back. This is precisely what I've been warning about. Those invested in the market manipulation have been working very, very hard to try to cover up what's been taking place beneath the surface of their market manipulation. I've been warning you about this. The strategic petroleum reserves are at tank bottom. Donald Trump continuing to do this escalation with the fake deals that he keeps on claiming would finally reach a breaking point and the global economy would crash. I sadly believe that we've hit this point. We know we hit this point before for most Americans. Now the global economy, as we approach August, is collapsing before our eyes. I'll remind you what just happened over the past 12 hours. You had the Royal Saudi Air Force and U.S. CENTCOM joining together to attack certain positions of the Popular Mobilization Forces, the PMF in Iraq. These are militias that are technically within the Iraqi army that are loyal to Iran. Saudi Arabia claims that the PMF was attacking Saudi Arabian interests. PMF denied it. The Houthis actually claim that they were the ones who have been striking the different refineries in Saudi Arabia, yet Saudi Arabia did not attack the Houthis, but with the United States attacked the PMF in Iraq. And if you want to see what's going on here behind the scenes, Donald Trump has been working with the Iraqi Prime Minister al-Zaidi to try to get rid of the PMF in Iraq as part of a global regional war strategy. Saudi Arabia wants to avoid, for now, a larger altercation with the Houthis, who have been striking the refineries in Saudi Arabia, to go after the Iraqi militias as part of a plan to try to check Iran. Iran saw what was happening before it was going down. Iran also was aware that Netanyahu was meeting with Donald Trump, using Lindsey Graham's funeral as a pretext for this meeting between Netanyahu and Trump, in order to plot further escalation of the catastrophic war in the region. So Iran took the initiative and struck the U.S. air base in Jordan, where there were 3 soldiers that were killed a week ago or so. That was the air base in Jordan, the Muafik air base. The U.S. and Jordan claimed that there was no direct hits by the Iranian ballistic missiles, but we see that there were direct hits by the Iranian ballistic missiles, and CENTCOM lies about everything. The IRGC Navy says that it struck and stopped 3 tankers earlier after they allegedly ignored repeated warnings and continued transiting and what it called the unsafe and unauthorized route, the route by Oman, referring to the U.S. designated southern shipping lane off the coast of Oman. So Iran stopped 3 ships earlier today. And you have a statement coming out from Iran's parliament leader, MB Ghalibaf's kind of unofficial spokesperson, saying the following: the latest data indicates that Trump has tasked CENTCOM with preparing for a 2-week war against Iran. You know, when this kind of constant escalation by Trump, the pulling out of the memorandum of understanding has finally caused the global economy to reach a point of no return. We're seeing the early signs of this in the crashing of the South Korean market, which I want people to pay attention to. I always want to give you the indicators of where these things are coming from. Like, I've been talking about the strategic reserves for a very long time. I've been talking about the treasury yields, the 10, the 20, the 30-year treasury note yields, that are at record highs. I want to point out the South Korean market, because this is a contagion that is spreading and will spread into the semiconductor, and we already see it, into the semiconductor industry here in the United States. and across the world. And this, AI bubble that people have been warning about, this semiconductor bubble that people have been warning about. But other people were saying, look, under the policies of Biden and others, it could grow and grow and grow and grow. Well, Donald Trump just put a massive nuclear bomb, if you will, an economic one, within the kind of growth in these sectors with the constant market manipulation. And we are seeing right now, throughout the morning, like at some point, a 10% drop in the South Korean market. It is a faster crash than what took place during the 2008 financial crisis, which was also an indicator of what was to come here in the United States. And so, what I'm seeing right now is that with oil prices surging based on the Saudi Arabia U.S. attack of the Iraqi bases, with the Iranian attacks in Jordan, with this escalation taking place, with the strategic reserves where they are, this is going to be a very, 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 very difficult, exactly what we've been warning about now for a very long time. Also, a broader regional war is being, understood by Iran. Iran working very closely with China right now. Reuters confirming MeidasTouch reporting from earlier in the week. This was the exclusive from Reuters this morning. Exclusive, Iran to get Chinese shoulder-launched missile systems in weeks, sources say. Iran is expected to receive within weeks a first shipment out of up to 400 Chinese-made shoulder-fired air defense missile launchers. Three sources familiar with the deal told Reuters as it rebuilds its defenses amid the war in the United States. The purchase, valued at $60 to $70 million, is one of Tehran's largest known efforts to strengthen its short-range air defenses since the outbreak of the war. The contract covers the purchase of between 300 and 400 man-portable air defense systems, man-pads, including the Chinese-made QW-12 and the FN-16 missiles as well. Now, we know that yesterday Donald Trump met with Netanyahu. Iran saw that as part of the broader plan of the destruction of Iranian bridges, power plants, and that would be taking place soon. I think Trump sees the writing on the wall in terms of the, he's delusional. Besson sees it, but is lying about it. Lutnick sees it and lying about it. The economic catastrophe, global economic catastrophe that's unfolding. So I think Trump will just move further and further into all-out war right now. You had Netanyahu talk about his meeting with Trump, saying, I talked about the nukes and that we have to stop the nukes and that they're building up new nukes. And it was a great meeting with Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
You met with the president today.
Yeah.
How'd that meeting go?
It was great. It was one of the best meetings that we've had. And I always hate to disappoint our would-be critics who are trying to find, cracks in our alliance. And what they find, like today, is a wall of granite, because the president is so clear. I mean, we have a common commitment. We don't want to see this fanatic regime in Tehran have nuclear weapons to threaten every American, and to threaten the peace of the world and to threaten the existence of Israel. So we have a common.
Because right after Netanyahu said that, Donald Trump released this video, Finish the Fight. So he does the meeting with Netanyahu, then Trump releases this video, Finish the Fight is what he calls it. Let's show you this. Let's play it. And then, just to remind you what was taking place at the funeral of Lindsey Graham, you had Netanyahu appearing like he was almost like he was giving orders to Marco Rubio and Hegseth. It was very weird to see the United States Secretary of State and Defense Secretary, as loathsome as Rubio and Hegseth are, like taking orders like before our eyes. And you had Rubio look around to see if anybody was watching it. Everybody was watching Rubio. Everybody is watching. Here, let's play this clip. Yeah, and then throughout the day yesterday, you had Donald Trump going on state regime media, which calls itself Fox, boasting and bragging about stopping 8 wars and making up that he stopped 8 wars and that the tariffs stopped the wars. Here, I'll remind you what he said. Let's play this clip.
The tariffs have made this country a fortune. It made the country rich, and I stopped 8 wars. I would say 5 of them because of tariffs. The threat of tariffs stopped India and Pakistan from going into a nuclear war. The threat of tariffs stopped numerous other countries from going to war. These tariffs, it's the greatest thing, and only the really smart people or the people that are non-political and that get it talk about it. The Democrats know how good it's been.
And finally, while the American people are suffering, while Trump has caused global economic catastrophe, Donald Trump is now working with Gianni Infantino of FIFA in order to sell off the World Cup to private equity, working with the Kushners. So a Kushner-owned company working with Gianni Infantino to create a hold company for FIFA that they then want to sell stakes in the World Cup to private equity companies and destroy the FIFA experience for everybody. The same way, by the way, these right-wing oligarchs are buying up kids' sports, children's sports, and making it difficult to play sports, to afford sport, making it impossible. This is this Trump regime, Epstein class, man. They ruin everything. They ruin the economy. They destroy everything. I don't care what political party you're from. These are demons. These are destroyers who are screwing up everything for everybody. It should be obvious. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for watching.
Breaking news right now, my brothers and I wrote a book. It's called WTF America. And well, doesn't that just say it all? It comes out officially this October, but you can pre-order your copy today. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description below.